Hello, this is Jason Potomson.
And Tina Decker.
And we're here to visit with you today about StrengthsFinder and your new full 34 report. First, we'd like to direct your attention to the Sean Acad video, which you have a link to in the email accompanying this video. And he will give you a great introduction to the concept of positive psychology and how it can benefit you in your life. Second, we'd kind of like to give you a brief overview of the program you're going to be experiencing this year. Every month, you're going to be receiving a few videos from us, and they will be based in strengths and also in the concept of engagement. And you can expect one of each of those videos to come to you on a monthly basis. Each one of those videos will have information and content for you to gain more knowledge and perspective around these topics. And we'll also give you some homework so that you can get your hands tactically wrapped around the topic and get more power in that space.
So we want to make sure that you have the tools you need to be the best possible strength-based leader. We'll continue to talk to you about what that means, so don't feel like you have to have all the answers right now.
And by now you should have received your full 34 report, so you have a window into your full 34 themes. What we want to help you do is be able to use those themes for good. So first, we're going to show you Tina and I's top 5 themes. My top 5 are input, learner, command, achiever, and futuristic. I tend to filter my top 5 talents through command. I use input and learner to give me information both in a general context with input and in a very specific context with learner. And I also utilize achiever to set a high bar for both myself and the people I'm working with, and futuristic in order to see the possibilities coming to me in the future and also to anticipate roadblocks. I run all of those talents through command to help me navigate the world in a more effective manner. And now I'll let Tina talk to you about her superpowers.
So my strengths are maximizer, learner, relator, strategic, and achiever. So you see that Jason and I have a couple in common. However, they don't show up the same way for us, just given the other order of our talent themes. So most people that know me understand the maximizer piece. You can give me anything and I'll make it better. So I love things that are already good, and I love the opportunity to make them their very best. I do that through my learner and through my achiever. So I like to get things done. I like to check things off every day. And I always love to learn new material or new information that I can apply for other people so that they can be more successful.
So if you will turn to page 1 of the new report, you will notice that there is a DNA helix at the top of the report, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is that your report is as unique to you as your DNA helix is to you as a human being out there in the real world. The 34 themes are listed in order by color coding in that helix, by the domain that they fall in. And we'll talk a little bit later about your domains. The second thing you should notice on page 1 is that your top 10 talents are listed on the left-hand side of the page. Gallup used to only delve into your top 5. Now they're giving you a deeper cut into your 6 through 10, and this report should therefore be more powerful to you. Next, you will notice on the right-hand side of this page a gray box that's got the domains of strengths: executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. And it should tell you what your dominant theme set is. You'll notice on mine that it is strategic thinking. And again, when we get later into this report, we'll visit a little bit more about your dominant theme set. Page 3 of the report should have your number 1 talent theme. And talent and theme are words that we're going to use interchangeably through this video and through the course of this year. My number 1 talent is input. The report provides you a simple 1-sentence bullet point about how you can thrive with your number 1 talent. And then it gives you a list in these highlighted boxes of how that talent shows up uniquely for you. Historically, everybody who had input would get the same information from Gallup. What you are seeing here is, again, as unique to you as your DNA stream. And it is arrived at by Gallup looking at all 34 of your talents in order and how they modify input for you. On page 4 of the report, you will see 5 action items for you to incorporate it into your life in order for you to build power with this talent. You will also find 2 blind spots. And these are areas for you to watch out for, things where your talent can get you into trouble. And again, it's a great place for you to have visibility on where this talent can help you or potentially cause you difficulty. Each one of your top 5 talents has this same setup on the succeeding pages until you get to page 13, where Gallup will start walking you through talents 6 through 10. You will notice again that single bullet point of how you can put that talent to use. You will notice 1 highlighted box instead of multiple about that talent theme. You will receive 3 action items and again 2 blind spots. If you get to the point in this journey with us that you have mastered your top 5, we encourage you to move on to your 6 through 10 and start utilizing the tools in this report to help you maximize those talents as well. On page 15, you will notice a page talking about weaknesses. And there is a critical component to this positive psychology philosophy that we want to invest most of our time where we are talented and powerful and not on our weaknesses. Gallup defines a weakness as anything that inhibits your ability to succeed. What we want to do is identify those things, determine which ones are relevant and which ones are irrelevant. For instance, it is now irrelevant in my life that I cannot dunk a basketball. It does nothing for me to achieve in life for me to be able to dunk anymore. What is relevant or would be a relevant weakness to me is an overuse of command, where people stop hearing me and wanting to participate in whatever I'm visiting with them about when I overuse that talent. So again, just keep in mind that your talents can become a weakness if they're overused or if you don't pay attention to those blind spots. And we want to try to, on a ratio basis, invest about 90% of our time into building our talents and about 10% into managing those relevant weaknesses. So we talked earlier about the 4 domains that your talents may fall into. All 34 themes fall into one of the 4 domains of executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. Where your themes are dominant is where they show up most often for you. And if you'll turn to page 21, you're going to find what looks like a periodic table of the elements, and that is a periodic table of your talents. You'll notice on my report that 5 out of my top 10 themes fall into the strategic thinking domain. I therefore lead with strategic thinking. You will find that your domains fall in all kinds of different places, one of these 4 for everyone who has this report in front of them. And where we use this tool most effectively is in team building. We want you to be really sharp and talented, like the points of a star, for your top 5 talent themes as an individual. And as a group, we like to have well-rounded teams. So think of a circle around that 5-pointed star. And in order to achieve that well-rounded team, we like to have people with power in each one of these domains. So when you're building a small team or trying to use members of an existing team, try to make sure you've got somebody with dominant talents in each one of these buckets. Next, on page 22, you're going to find a take action sheet. This is a great document for you to print off and have accessible to you at your desktop, in your vehicle, on your refrigerator at home. And it's just a great way for you to remind yourself to focus on and use these talents on a daily basis. They will give you power both in your personal and your professional life, and also give you an ability to be more effective in relationships. This document gives you a 1-page resource for you to, again, reconnect with each one of your top 10 themes and how to use these talents. Next, I'm going to point you to page 23. And 23 through the end of the document is a list of all 34 themes, and it gives you a short paragraph on each theme so that you can better understand that talent if it doesn't show up for you in your top 5. This is a good way, if you're going to interact with somebody else on your team, for you to get a quick perspective of how they might show up and what might be the best way for you to interact and work with them. Next, we're going to email you, should be attached to this email, is a Strengths Mastery worksheet. The progression through Strengths Mastery is a 21-step process where we would really like you to focus in the next month is on steps 1 through 5. Being able to understand who you are and having an awareness of how you show up with your strengths, talents in the world. The next document we're going to send you with this email is a self-assessment checklist. So in concert with the page you just saw, this will give you a quick and easy way for you to check off as you achieve certain milestones through this process. Next, we've got some homework for you. And the homework is to fill out the Clarify Your Strengths worksheet, another document we're going to be sending you in this email, for you to pick 2 action items from one of your top 5. Do that this month, in the month of April, and put them into practice in your life over the next couple of weeks. In May, we're again going to have you pick up another talent, another set of action items, and start working on building that talent into a strength. We'd also like you to highlight and maintain a blind spot for each one of your top 5 talents so that you don't have that talent get in your way. Generally, that occurs when something is overused. And we'll find that normally happens when you are under high periods of stress or in a negative emotional space. Next, we'd like you to find an accountability partner. That can be someone on your team. It can be your spouse. It can be a partner, anybody that you feel that you want to grow more powerful with in your life, so that you guys can share this strengths journey together. Talk about where you have seen it show up for you positively, where a blind spot might have gotten in your way, and figure out ways where you can partner with each other to leverage each other's talents for you to be more effective. Again, we would like you to walk through those first 5 steps on the Strengths Development Milestone Worksheet. Again, I indicated you should already have this linked, and hopefully you've already watched the video. This is the link to the Sean Acad Positive Psychology video, and this will also be contained in the email that you've received. I hope this gives you a good perspective on how to use your full 34 report. You will have my contact information and Tina's contact information. If you need to reach out to us, feel free to contact us. And we mean that with as much sincerity as we can possibly muster. We're available for you. So feel free to reach out by email. If we need to talk by phone, we'll set up an appointment. If it can be answered by email, we'll just respond to you. Most importantly, we want to let you know that it is our goal and desire for you to really have a transformational experience with the information we're giving you. And that's why we want to make sure you understand that we're available to answer any question or to help you along this journey.
And going forward, we'll have a call every month where you guys can call in and ask questions or send us questions ahead of time, whatever's most comfortable for you, so that we can make sure that we're answering all the questions that you might have about strengths.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.